Hi everyone, my name's Scott. A lot of people refer to me as Belly Unk. That's my YouTube channel, but I wanted to put a video out there just in case there's anybody out there who doesn't know who I am and has any interest in what it is that I do. Give you a little introduction to me, my purpose, and my streams. And then anybody who has been around, who has been tuning in, whether you be my lurkers or whether you be one of the unklings that interact in chat, wanted to give you guys a explanation, if you didn't already know, as to why I end every stream saying thanks for stopping by, thanks for saying hi, see you guys in the next one, and I love you. Um, this video is basically going to be me taking a stream where I go through that explanation as well as my typical stream interactions. And I cut it up just to cover my talking notes because I felt this would be a good summary of what it is that I do, why it is that I do it, and what you guys can expect coming from me and my streams. Um, so, let me know if you like this type of content. As far as my live streams go, those are going to continue. Those aren't going anywhere. But if you guys do like these live stream edits where I turn it into a shorter video covering my talking points, let me know. I would be happy to keep doing this, but I don't want to do it if nobody's interested. Either way, anybody out there who has interest in my streams, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to turn on those notifications so you get notified when I go live, and come in and join me. You can join as a lurker or you can join as an unkling, whether you want to chat or whether you just want to listen. Either way, everyone is welcome. For the time being, though, I hope you guys enjoy. I will see you guys in the next one. A chill Saturday stream. This time started with I love you. So I kind of wanted to get into and unpackage that a little bit because as you guys know, when you guys are leaving as we're wrapping up chat and shutting down stream, I always say the same thing. I always say, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for saying hi. See you guys in the next one. And I say, I love you. So the thing is, so I decided, because I was thinking about it, and I don't want that to be like, a catchphrase. That's not what that is for me. That's not why I say it at the end. I figured I wanted to kind of unpackage that a little bit and talk through, why I say that to you guys at the end of every stream. So I started the stream title out with "I love you," because that's what we're going to talk about. Is that. So the thing is, everybody has bad days. Sometimes, but there are some people out there that have more bad days than good days. There are some people out there that don't feel seen by the people that are in their lives. And there are people out there that never in their daily life hear the words "I love you" on a regular basis. Yeah, so that's the starting point. There is the knowledge that these people exist that meet these three categories. As I started working out my talking notes for what today's stream was going to be and how I was going to kind of attack those three categories of people and what it is that I'm doing and why it is that I say I love you. I started thinking about it and kind of came to the conclusion that I don't really have real content that I actually put out there these days. Every now and then I'll work on a clip and I'll drop a clip, and that's cool. And I guess that makes me a content creator. But I don't really, if you think about it, I don't really do YouTube videos per se, and I don't really do YouTube shorts. I just do these streams, and then I leave the streams out there as video on demand so anybody can go in and watch them later. as though they're videos, but technically speaking, you know, they're not. They're one and done streams that people can go back and watch at a later point. So I've kind of, so I don't really think of myself as a true content creator per se. I've kind of pivoted to being, you know, what I would consider to be more of a host for what I try to make, you know, an area of the Balisong community specially tailored for those groups of people that I just talked about, you know, at the beginning, the people that don't have, you know, those good days often, the people that don't feel really seen and valued and appreciated, the people that don't regularly hear "I love you." So yeah, instead of being like a content creator, it's more of like a you know, hosting these streams and trying to make an area of the Balisong community special, tailored for, you know, these people that need someplace to feel seen, feel connected, feel valued, and be able to have a good experience. You know, so that's what I do. That's what it is that we try to accomplish here. And you know, I thank you guys for regularly coming by and you know, tuning in, hanging out for 30 minutes plus while we're trying to figure out technical difficulties or ADHD difficulties or whatever the case may be that makes you guys wait 30 minutes at a time for my streams to finally start. You know, so you know, that's what we try to do. For the people that have bad days, you know, I've gone through bad days, you know, a fair amount of my life where it felt like I had more bad days than good days. You know, I can understand that. You know, so when I have those bad days, I try to approach those, you know, with a very intentional and very analytical mind, with intent on finding the most proactive and positive approach that I can take to better my situation. That's what I try to do when I find myself in those types of bad days. So I try to find opportunities in these streams to sprinkle in, you know, a little of that optimistic, you know, outlook and positive approach. You know, that's kind of what I try to do for those people that are having the bad days. Is, you know, maybe I can help in, you know, in the way that I work through that. For the people who don't feel seen, you know, I've never really been good at making and keeping friends. I've not really been quiet about that. You know, so I know how it can be to feel not, or I know how it can be to not feel like anybody, you know, cares whether you're there or not. You know, I try to make sure that everybody who wants to be seen is acknowledged, and not with just a quick name drop at the beginning, you know, but truly connecting with them and making sure that they know that I'm interested in their participation in the chat. You know, there are going to be some people who don't feel like they need to be seen. You know, my lurkers, and I love my lurkers. If we have any going on right now, which the chat doesn't seem to pop in, so I think we probably do have mostly lurkers, but you know, those that do hop in on the chat, they are letting me know that they're there, and I want to make sure that they feel seen. So I try my best to acknowledge every comment and you know, respond to it. If there are any questions, get them answered and stuff like that. And that's why I want to make sure that when people do interact in the chat, that they do feel like we're having a dialogue, that it isn't just them listening to me talk, that, you know, I'm, you know, tuning in and participating with those individuals. All right. Okay, so we've kind of talked through how I try to address, the people that have more bad days than good days, or just are having a bad day. We've kind of talked through how I deal with the people that, don't feel seen, by the people in their lives. As to the people that never hear "I love you," though, I'm fortunate that I've always lived in households where "I love you" was a very common thing to hear. When I was growing up, I was always aware that I was loved in my household. I was always hearing "I love you." On bad days, on days where I was being a jerk, all the time, it was commonly said. And in my household, like I have I don't always wear it, but I have a pendant that I can wear that has a microphone that can help me capture notes and stuff. And one of the things that I have been able to confirm by use of this pendant is that not only for me, but for my entire household, the number one most common phrase that is spoken is the words "I love you." So I say "I love you" more than I say anything else. And our household says "I love you" more than our household says anything else, like "put away the dishes" or something. So, I've always been, very fortunate in that regard. Um, but that gives me a very blessed perspective that kind of illustrates just how important, it is to always have, or uh, how important those words will always be to the well-being of a person. When you're having hard times, when you're having bad days, any situation, good days, it is very impactful for someone to know that they're loved all of the time. So I have, I end every stream, thanking everybody for coming. Thank you, stopping by, saying hi, see you in the next one. And, I always say "I love you." But for me, the whole "I love you" part, that's not a catchphrase. It's a statement of fact, while also being, a promise. We live in a world that has made it so acceptable to hate people because of something about them that literally has no impact whatsoever on us in any conceivable way. People hate because of the color of somebody's skin, because of the color of somebody's hair, because of the color of somebody's clothing, and are comfortable being open about that disdain. People hate because the pronouns that one person may feel fits them more appropriately. People hate because of who somebody loves. But the thing is, I'm a very logical thinker. And if this world that we live in can bring about people who can hate you for absolutely no reason whatsoever, then there too must be people who can love you for absolutely no reason whatsoever. And when I came to this realization, I mean, it turned something on in my heart. Because if such a person could exist, even in this controlled hypothetical exercise that I was running through my brain, then that sort of person could be created. The thing with creating that kind of person, the kind of person that's going to love for absolutely no reason whatsoever, you can't force that on somebody. You can't say, okay, this is now your responsibility, because you're not loving for absolutely no reason whatsoever at that point. You are loving because you have been instructed to, and which is not the same thing. So, this person couldn't be forced to do it.
this person couldn't even be guided into doing it. Like, you couldn't manipulate somebody into, because then they're still not doing it for the right reasons. They're doing it because they have been coerced into doing it in one way, shape, or form. This person would have to have seen the situation, the state of the world, identified the need, and the ability, and actively choose to become, kind of, the mold for this person, so to speak. But the thing is, I've seen the situation of the world and it makes me sick. I've identified the world's need for unbridled love to be poured in absolutely every direction as far as the eye can see. And I care so much that it hurts. So if anyone can, bring an unrestrained love for anyone who needs it, it would be me. So what I say to you can hate someone for no reason is I will love someone for absolutely no reason. That's my default. So just know, when I end all of the streams saying I love you, I end all of the streams saying that because I love you. So that is why today's stream is an I love you, very chill Saturday stream. And that's what I got for my talking notes today, folks. How are we doing in chat? Unk is motivated. Unk is motivated. That is true. Absolute W. Thank you very much. Sticky agrees. Positivity and love is definitely needed these days. I could not agree with you more, Sauerkraut. Could not agree with you more. But that's what so that's what I try to do. That's why I'm creating this, this community that we are, pulling together, just to make sure that if there's, anybody who wants to come along, wants to, tune into the live streams, join the Discord, whatever the case may be, it's all out there for anybody who needs it. So, so long as you guys show up, I will be here for you. Listening to Unk talk about loving everyone while gaming is nice. Crew says, woo, Blade Show. Woo, Blade Show. I am so excited. It's just, I'm starting to get a better idea of what Blade Show is going to be like, which is leading me to be more and more excited. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm just super, super excited to be able to get out there, take a look at all the booths, meet all of the people, meet any of you guys that are out there, at Blade Show this year. Yeah, super excited. It'll be very cool. But airline tickets are booked. Hotel reservations are made. Only thing I need are the tickets, which I can get at the door if it comes down to it, but they're just not available for sale yet. All right. Well, it is quiet, and that is okay. But that usually to me indicates, because I've gotten through all of my talking notes, we're probably going to end up wrapping up stream, which is totally fine. We've been going for about an hour, 20 minutes. So we'll close up shop. For every lurker out there, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Hopefully you guys had a good stream too. But thanks for stopping by. Thanks for saying hi. We'll see you guys in the next one. I love you.